I had one question. Um, was for Dean actually, and I wanted to ask you, Dean, how proud of you, how proud are you of your father? And the reason I ask that is because he's helped hundreds of people, if not more, and oftentimes it's been for free. I wanted to ask that question to you, Dean.
Okay. Uh, um, Hebrews. My father, of course, knows this. I mean, I really don't quite have the words to say it, but I've always been proud of my father, and he's always done his best, and he's always been an extremely hard worker. He's always been successful in whatever, he put his mind to. But these last 10 years of his life, the way that he has poured his life out, literally and financially, to help stutterers is just incredible. Um, the way that he's served stutterers, 20 basically 24/7. I mean, this is what he thinks about pretty much all of his waking hours. And he's also put a great deal of his own personal money into helping stutterers. And I personally don't know any other human being on the planet who's done more good for more people than him. So I am extremely blessed to be the CEO of StopStutter and to be able to take his magnificent work and do my best to create a financially successful business model around it so we can help stutters for decades and decades and decades, long after we're both gone. So, in that sense, I think that I believe, that we're making a very good partnership here. He's, um, created all the principles, the precepts, the methods, the techniques, the foundation of everything we do are the books that he's written. So it all started with his books. And then people started reading his books and emailing him. And then he started coaching people, providing therapy via Skype all around the world. And so he did this by himself for about 5 years. He was a one-man show, writing books and providing free therapy around the world. And it was about 5 years ago, maybe four, when he reached out to me and said, Dean, how would you like to come on board and try to build a business model around what I'm doing here? Because this is clearly really working. And it's just, an incredible breakthrough in the treatment of stuttering. But I'm not going to be around forever. And I want this thing to keep going and helping stutterers. He always talks about, he's always been a huge thinker. He doesn't talk about helping a few thousand stutterers. He doesn't talk about helping a couple 100,000 or million stutterers. He's always talked about helping 80 million stutterers. That's his goal. He always has those kind of goals to reach 80 million stutterers. I really believe that Stop Stutter will go on for many, many decades, and it wouldn't surprise me if we do touch many, many millions of stutters, whether that's 5 or 10 or 25. But I know that um, as last week's speaker was talking about Parth Benshal was talking all about neuroplasticity. And I asked him, I said, Parcel, why do you think that no other stuttering treatment program in the world has embraced neuroplasticity, retraining the mind to overcome stuttering, replacing stuttering memories with fluency memories. And he says, I don't know. Your dad was the pioneer. And he's always been a pioneer in everything that he's done.
And Partha's a neuroscientist who owns and runs a neuroscience clinic.
Right.
So he knows, he's forgotten more about it than I'll ever know.
But the incredible thing about our program and what my father figured out before anyone else has. And believe me, there will be plenty of copycats down the road. There's no doubt.
I hope so.
Oh, undoubtedly, as this thing continues to help more and more stutterers around the world, and we really become branded and known so people know what it is that we do. And as we become increasingly successful, there will be lots of copycats and other programs doing their best to incorporate neuroplasticity or retraining the mind into, becoming fluent. And that in and of itself just speaks, incredible volumes for what my father's accomplished. But even more than that, I really share his heart for helping stutterers. And I have gotten so involved in this, emotionally and mentally and financially. And I mean, I've really made this my life in the last 4 years. You can ask my wife, and I'm sure she would attest to that. So it's interesting that it's been his passion for 10 plus years, and it's become now my passion the last few years. So I feel extremely blessed to be at this stage of my life, and I get to do something with so much meaning and so much importance. It's a humanitarian mission. When people ask me, well, what is it that you do? I'll jokingly say, well, I'm saving the world one stutter at a time. That's what I and they always laugh like, oh, well, tell me more. Because I see what happens in your lives that as you overcome stuttering, then it moves on to self-confidence and self-esteem and personal fulfillment and being able to get a job and a husband and a wife and a family and do everything that a normal person would want to do and what you all dream of doing when you become fluent. So I'm just uh, I'm just so thankful I'm here. And I will say in closing that I am so grateful for all the people on our team that are so sold out for what we do. There is not one person on this team, Sebastian Roca and Prathusha Ravi and Danny Miguel and Javier Valcarez and Noah Sam and Cynthia Mullen and Patricia and Clifton, Steve Hazlett, Misty Rosito. There's no one that's working for us or with us, whether they get paid something modest or is 100% voluntary. There's no one with us who's not 100% sold out to help other stutterers. And so I've never been a part of anything like this. I've been an entrepreneur since my mid-20s. I've had some pretty successful businesses, um, but I've never been a part of anything where the people are so committed to the mission, and that they love doing what they do. And I read the CSS reports of the therapy sessions every day and the way they're changing lives on a daily basis with the students that they provide therapy to is just incredible. So it's just a fantastic thing that we're doing, and this is just the beginning. And this is going to go so far in helping so many people, and I'm just really grateful to have you guys, so many of you guys working with me and us every day.
Hey, thank you, Dean. That question we shouldn't have let you answer probably because you have to say to forced you to say nice things about me. It's unnecessary.
That part was hard.
But it's great, and we love what we do, and we love so many of you. Some I see some faces here that I haven't seen in a couple of years or more, and which drift back into our program. We love having you back, and I can't thank any of you enough for what you do and what you try to do, and because it is needed. Um, and just remember, my bottom line to this whole program is still the same. Stuttering is a blessing. You can convert stuttering into a blessing, and that is what you're doing here. And you can make yourself a much better person than you are. And you can always be improving. And that's a wonderful thing. And I mean, look at Ebros. Since I met him, he was practically clean shaven, and now he's got a beard that's almost as much as Pratusha's got hair on her head. We love, I love Ebros. I want to give him a shave, but other than that, we love him to death. Okay.